there's some really tough concepts that come along with, just growing up. And it doesn't matter what part of the world you grow up in. It doesn't matter if it's a third world country or a first world country, because some of the problems that are experienced by the human experience, they travel.
Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast. 5-minute videos, 5 days a week.
I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. I want you to know that I've seen some of the same challenges in the wealthiest parts of the United States, in Europe, and in the Congo, in Cuba, and in Brazil. And one of the challenges that I've seen in all of those places is this pursuit of wealth and material things at all cost of anything else. I've seen a man who is determined to convince the world how fancy and elegant and powerful and influential he is. And if you can spell the word, just try, maybe talk to Siri and ask her, but if you can look up Sapur on YouTube, you will find that there's an entire collection of these people who gather, like maybe people at a car show or something of that nature would gather to show off their success, their achievements, their accomplishments, their acquisition of finer things. But you'll also find that some of these people have spent $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year on a wardrobe while their kids live in a grass hut. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making this up. I'm talking about people who live in a second world country, if you will, where most of the people have running water and most of the people have electricity, but some of them still live on the edge of town or the edge of civilization in a hut, in a basically framed up by a privacy fence hut. And yet they have $20,000 or $30,000 worth of clothes purchased every year. New shoes, new suits, new ties, new shirts. Because when they go out on the town, they want the world to believe that they are successful, that they have accomplished. Now, I do believe, and I like even the way that Dr. T.D. Jakes says it. T.D. Jakes says, dress like a prospect and not like a suspect. And so I believe that the way that you dress says a lot about who you are. But I also believe that there's a level where the way you put on is really all about boosting your own ego. See, I've heard some very wealthy people make some pretty profound comments. John Maxwell being one of those guys who has, he started off as a preacher's son, basically. His father went into education, and so enormous wealth wasn't in his picture. In his own words, he said, I never expected to be super wealthy. I thought I'd be in the ministry all my life and live on basically nothing. But now that he has a lot of money, John Maxwell says it like this: I find that money gives you options. But don't let the destination disease fool you. Getting that money doesn't make you any differently. You won't be a different person because you have money. You become a different person on the way to getting money. And that, my friends, is a true measure of success. If your goal is to have that particular car, or to have that particular house, or to have that particular suit of clothes, or style of shoes, or piece of jewelry, then what you're going to find is when you get that thing, you're still just as empty as you were when you craved it. If, on the other hand, you become the kind of person for whom that thing is nice to have, but it's not the meaning of life, then the kind of person that you become on that journey is significantly more worthwhile than the Rolex watch, or the Lamborghini, or the 10,000 square foot house, or the $30,000 wardrobe. Trust me when I say I've been in various countries of different qualities all over the world, and everywhere there are humans who feel like if I could just get that next thing, my life would be all better. It's not true, my friends. But if you could become the kind of person that you're intended to be, you'll find those things, they often follow you. They come to those who are more focused on becoming the better person rather than pursuing the thing to begin with. I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.